What's up, Bay Area? Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Kickin' It with Coxxy. I'm your girl, Karen Cox, a.k.a. Miss Foxy Coxxy. On this episode of Kickin' It with Coxxy, I have a very special guest in the building today. He's a Bay Area rapper, a friend, a poet, and overall just a good dude, Mr. Renz, Julian.
Hey, what's going on with you, girl? You know, it's a pleasure to be here, you know.
Thank you for coming.
Mm-hmm. Come through and see my girl one time, you know. We go way back, you know,
Way
so I had to
back.
come back.
We're not going to say how long, but we just put it that way. We go way back.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself.
You know, I'm an independent Bay Area rapper, you know, got my own label, Field of Dreams Entertainment. You know what I mean, just produce. You know, I've been on the radio all over the country, videos playing everywhere. Work with a lot of artists like Twista, E40, Clyde Carson, Mr. Fab, just to name a few. And I'm on my grind. I'm trying to push my new album. It's called Thug Scholarship, in stores now. So that's what it is.
I like that, Thug Scholarship. Now, where did that title come from?
Oh, it's just a unique little title I came up with because I used to be a college football player, arena football player, but then a thug in the street a little bit here and there, a little messed around.
Yeah.
Dabbled in the streets a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do this music to get away from any of that negativity and raise my kids. That's where I'm at.
That's good. That's a good way to look at it and turn everything from a negative into a positive.
Exactly.
That's what's up. Now, I noticed that you've worked with a lot of different artists, but I know recently, rest in peace, that you worked with the Jacka. Tell us about that.
Yeah, man, that's a loss. You know, I looked up to that dude. You know, we had a couple songs together, and he's somebody to look up to, a legend in the Bay, and man, it was just lucky that I got a chance to even work with him. You know what I'm saying? I look at him as like he's like another Pac or Mac Dre. You know, he's that on that legendary icon status in the Bay. You know. And at some point, I expect myself to be on that level. So, you know, but he gave me a lot of advice, and he's a good mentor and a good, just a good overall dude.
Yeah, he
Period.
is. He is a really solid dude. I worked with him myself with the Jacka, and I worked with Squeeze on the I Got Work video.
Oh, yeah?
And he was just an overall just good dude, nice personality, didn't ever do too much. He was just really chill, and whenever I saw him in the streets, he remembered something, remembered little old me, and just was all around a good dude and would be so missed. And like you said, a legend in the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, as a matter of fact, speaking of legends in the Bay, I know you're working towards that as one of your goals. Now, what is it like being a recording artist right now in the Bay Area, or overall?
Right now, it's just like, man, it's difficult because there's a few things going on. Like, I mean, when you're trying to get radio play and you're trying to be original, it's like they want you to fit a certain format and be like a carbon copy of the next dude that just had a hit record. And it's like, if you're a real artist, you can't really be like that. You got to be yourself and put out music that make you feel good about, and that's what I want to do.
I know that has to be a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge. So. And
you don't just rap; you also sing, right?
Yeah, I do my own hooks and I also produce. So my influences was mostly like '90s music, from like Tupac, Nas, Biggie. And then on R&B side, it would have been like R. Kelly, Jodeci, So it's just,
all right.
I feel like my style could be a blend of those, but then with my own twist to it, though.
Yeah. So it's nice to have to be inspired and have your own twist. Is there like a message?
I mean, it's always a message. There's a message in every song, like, but I just like to think that, for the youth out there, man, just you can make it through whatever hardships or adversity that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? I came up, I was basically out on the streets by 14,
Oh, wow.
My dad wasn't around, my mom was on drugs, and, I was still able to put myself through school. And, I got into a little bit of stuff, but, I still went to college.
Yeah.
And now I'm got my own record label and making moves in this music game, so, it can be done.
Now that's a great message, and I know that not only do you have an album, it also has a documentary, and you produced that as well.
Yeah, it's got it's like a compilation of a lot of the videos and people I work with. There's interviews, a lot of different perspectives from Bay Area rappers on there talking about what they've been through and how their life and stuff like that. And just something to kind of give the fans a little something extra to, kind of like, give them what they want,
Yeah, what do you see yourself in like a year from now? What do you see Renz Julian doing?
I just feel like I'm gonna continue to put out good music and build my brand, and just, most important thing is I'm gonna be taking care of my kids. You feel me? Like that's if I can eat off this music and provide for my family, that's all I could really ask for.
I just thought about another artist, video personality that you worked with is myself. The Playing House joint.
Yeah, you like the start of video vixen over here. Look at you.
You can see that little bit behind me. Yeah, well, I know how to get in touch with you, but how does the Bay Area get to see you live, get to know what's the updates? Tell us.
If you want to see anything I'm doing, just hit me on Twitter at RenzJulian1, or you can hit up my Facebook, facebook.com/RenzJulian510.
All right, and now with an artist that's trying to get produced.
Oh, same thing, you can, just hit up my management, FODentertainment.net, that's the label. And, get at us, man. We got beats for sale, we got hooks, we got, whatever you need, we can make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen. Definitely make it happen. Now, you have any final words for the Bay Area?
Man, just not just for the Bay, but just for, these folks out here, that's going through something. Just keep your head up and keep pushing. I know it's rough out here in these streets, man. Just whatever it is you're passionate about, just put your whole heart and soul into it, and don't give up, man. And don't let the streets pull you under, because you could end up being a statistic, and we don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want that at all. Now, I hate to backpedal a little bit, but what is the name of the song with yourself and the Jacker?
Yowda. It's called Yowda.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm like, I haven't, I love the Bay.
Yeah.
And I love to support our local artists. And it's a beautiful thing when we work together. So I want to say thank you for coming and spending time with me today in the studio.
For sure. I appreciate you, give me the opportunity, so.
Let's work it out.
Yeah, let's work it out.
So I want to thank you, the fans. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Kicking It with Coxxy. If you want to know more about me, Karen Cox, please log on to my website at MissFoxyCoxy.com. Miss Foxy Coxxy is also my Instagram and Twitter, so go ahead and look for your girl. I'll see you next time. Bye.